in these kind of conditions. I mean, it's not an easy walk there. So you need to work really. It gets easier and easier.
Right, Atsar Ali Khan says that you need to be very watchful as a batsman. Let's go and join him. He was down and he had a look at the pitch a little while earlier.
It's windy, it's very cold, especially for me. I've wrapped up myself quite a few layers, and having a look at this new surface. This is the new pitch for the second one-day international, and it looks a similar sort of surface that we saw earlier. But getting down and having a closer look, if you see the length area, this is the good length area. There is a bit of a cracks. It doesn't really open up because it's cold. If it was dry, it was hotter weather, this would have opened up. But I still feel this will play similar kind of what we saw in that first one-day international. Few spots, there are a few cracks, so it's opening up some, and it is the moisture early on because of the weather. The ball will do quite a bit in the first hour. First hour is going to be very, very crucial for the batsmen. How do they go and handle the seamers? It's got bounce, it's got carry, and it'll do the same again. There will be movement, side movement. So initially, the batsmen have to go and be very, very watchful. Otherwise, seamer is going to take quick wickets. That's the challenge for the batsmen. In terms of bowling, I think the seamers will love to bowl on this kind of a surface. Beautiful movement, but you need to pitch it in the right areas. If you don't, then plenty of runs for the batsmen.
Right, Atsar Ali Khan thinks that today's surface will play similar to the one we had in that first one-day international. Let's go and think what the captains think. Sikandar Bakht was with them early at the toss.
Hello and welcome to the toss. We've got our match referee Andy Pycroft and the two captains, Brendan Taylor and Tamim Iqbal. We'll have the flip of the coin. Brendan's got the coin. All right, so I guess Zimbabwe won the toss, and Brendan, what are you going to do?
We're going to have a bat, eh?
Going to have a bat first. Yeah. Okay, just looking at this strip, it's a different track being used from the first one-day international. How do you see this one? And are you batting first? What kind of score do you think is good?
Yeah, we'd probably bowl first, but there doesn't look like there's much grass in it, so yeah, we're happy with that choice. And you know, just with a young side not having the pressure of chasing a total, maybe to go out and post a total.
What about the positives from the first game that you'd like to take and bring it in this match?
I think we started the innings well, and you know, we're probably a little bit off the pace in the middle, and then towards the end, they took up some time. But you know, we're poor. There's no doubt about that. And yeah, Reggie Chikava played nicely, but apart from that, there's a lot of improvement we need to work on.
Any changes?
There's two changes. Unfortunately, Ryan Burl's injured, and so is Timson Maruma. So Sikandar Raza comes back, which we're happy to have him, and Tinashe Kamwe comes in as well for Timson.
All right, good luck.
Thanks, sir. Cheers, buddy. All the best.
Tamim, you being forced to bowl, but what would you have done?
I think it's a good toss to lose. I was a bit confused, to be honest. But I don't mind bowling. I think it feels like a bit sticky. So spinners might get a little bit of turn early, I think. But I'm fine. I'm fine with bowling first. Quite
a lot of wind. We saw that there was a lot of purchase for the fast bowlers early in the morning. So you reckon you can restrict them to a total that can be chased?
Definitely. You know, as I always said, wicket can assist you, but you have to have a plan. Because if you don't bowl in a plan, then no wickets in the world will save you.
Yeah. So you're playing the same side?
Yeah, same side.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
So the news from the centre is that Zimbabwe won the toss. They've decided to bat first.
All right, Zimbabwe then two forced changes because of injury. If you'll remember, Timson Maruma just taking a bit of a knock on the hamstring in that last game. Ryan Burl coming back for his first match. Unfortunately, he's out as well. So it'll be Tinashe Kamwe who will come into the side. Sikandar Raza, of course, he makes his first appearance in the series. And an unchanged side for Bangladesh. You listened to Tamim Iqbal and he said probably a good toss to lose, but with what we saw with the seamers in the afternoon yesterday, a bit less grass today, he should feel that the seamers first up will do a decent job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, because once the captain says that he feels the surface will do a bit for the spinners, so I will not be surprised if they go in with spin from one end and seam from one end. I would love to see two seamers, because again, he spoke about the lengths whatever the wicket is, if the wicket is assisting the seamers, but you've got to pitch it in the right areas. You've got to get the batsman onto the front foot. Surprise factor is the short one. But if you pitch it up, and if there's bounce, if there's swing, there will be trouble for the batsman. And that's exactly what Tamim Iqbal would be hoping his bowlers will do.
He also talked about the sticky surface and probably a lot of overs for the spinners and maybe some purchase for them as well. So you'll feel that if the seamers do a half-decent job with Mahedi Hassan Miraj, who didn't take wickets in that last game, they can very quickly go through the Zimbabweans.
Yeah, Shakib and Mahedi, still very, very good. And they should play a big part with the ball.
Right, so we're just about ready to go here in the second one-day international at Harare Sports Club. We're going to go upstairs and we'll join our first two commentators.
Very good morning. Welcome to the Harare Sports Club once again for the second one-day international Mahani Cricket Series powered by Toffee. The Bangladeshi fielders coming in after the decision by Brendan Taylor, winning the toss this morning, deciding to bat. Bit of a surprise for me, but I think he's read the wicket and decided that he's really not prepared to just test his youngsters, and a lot of them in the team. So we have one of the changes in the squad coming in to open the batting. Lovely weather, still pretty chilly here in Harare. Early morning conditions possibly going to favor the bowlers, but we heard that there wasn't enough grass on the wicket. Tinashe Kamwe is drafted in for his 7th match in his one-day career, just a single 50, and he will be trying to establish his position in the team. He's been given the opportunity through some injury concerns, and of course Shariwanashe Marumani is playing his first game, Lister career, just 8th match for him. So youngster also has got a lot to prove, and let's see how they fare. And to talk about more about the backgrounds of these two players, we have got Darlington alongside. Very good morning to you.
Good morning, Shamim. We see Taskin Ahmed is going to be starting from the golf course end, and Tinashe Kamwe back in the side due to Timson Maruma's injury. And it's interesting, I think in his last innings for Zimbabwe was in a T20 against Pakistan. If I'm correct, he got a 50 in that match, and I just need to verify that for you, but he's been in quite good form.
All set to go for the first delivery of the second ODI. 3 slips in position. Taskin Ahmed is going to get started. Here we go. Bit of movement early on, and has been given as a wide. So the scoreboard starts moving with an extra. Anachabi from Zimbabwe and the experienced Murray Erasmus standing there as the 2 on-field umpires. And of course we've got the match referee and the 3rd umpire, Langton Rasure, the TV umpire, of course Andy Pycroft. Oh, got the edge, got the ball to just come back and square him up. Gone where 4th slip might have been. Streaky runs.
Already a sign of life here at Harare Sports Club for the seam bowlers. He's just got this in the right place, and it's just left Tinashe Kamwe and just a single down to 3rd man.
Oh, early scare. It's a good comeback after that wide first up by Taskin Ahmed. We've got the left-hander on strike now. Marumani has got a couple of slips in position. And a deep 3rd man, cover point, cover, and a mid-off on the offside. On the onside, there's a wideish mid-on, mid-wicket, and a deep fine leg. just deviating down leg side, allowing the batsman to just tuck it around the corner, helping himself to a single. That's one area Taskin Ahmed has got to be wary of with the left-right combination. Just getting his lines. Have a look at the service. What do you reckon here? A little different, Darlington, from the previous one?
Yeah, it is. I think there's a little less greenness out there. But again, it looks to me like one of those wickets that if your disciplines are good, if your batting technique is good, and you're willing to choose the shots you play wisely, I think there's enough runs here to be made.
Oh, that's going to be pretty close. Up went the peel, but the umpire not interested. Maybe just angling down leg. Have to wait and see. But as you said, something there if you're prepared to bend your back.
This might have done just a little too much, it looks like. Might have been missing leg stump or a little too high.
Yeah, both I think. Missing leg and a little high. Tinashe Kwame on strike.
Sorry, yes.
On that horizon attempted, and that can get into trouble, particularly when you're hanging your bat out to dry.
Yeah, I think this is just nerves a bit here. He didn't really go at it. He's just looking to get bat on ball. He's been out of the side for a bit and is keen to get some runs under his belt.
Well, the 3 slips are now 2 slips and a gully. So it's the gully being plugged there. That's where one of the shots went through. Once again, now this is not really very judicious of the young man Kamana Kamwe. Much rather go behind the line of the ball.
Yeah, I think he's just got to leave this one alone. He's just got to... We saw in the first innings a wonderful 100 from Liton Das, and I think he took his time at the beginning, and I think that is the man you've got to bat like in this situation, and I think one of these two has to settle in and play for the long innings. And I think that shots like this are really what Zimbabwe needs if they would have a big score here.
Some bats and straight to the fielder. Just a tad short away. It was hit very, very hard, but straight to the fielder. First wicket down. Oh, goodness.
Just as we were saying that, a little more judicious. He plays this one. It's there to hit, but execution isn't quite 100%. Bangladesh have got their first wicket. Zimbabwe 3 for 1.
Taken by
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এমন মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডেড অনন্য স্বাদে। চা